What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Rhett, and I've been sober for about 3 years, a little over 3 years. And if this is your first time visiting, thanks for showing up, thanks for watching. My aim with these videos is just to help people quit drinking or cut back from drinking. And you know, I share things that I've learned along my journey, things that have helped clients, things that have worked for me that didn't work. And today I want to talk about something that I get asked a lot. Friends ask me, family members ask me, people I randomly meet just out and about ask me, and that is, how long does it take to get sober? And I'm sure you know, or I'm sure you're somewhat aware, that there's no definitive answer of how long it takes. It could take a day, it could take weeks, months, years. It just depends. There's so many factors that go into how long it takes to get sober. In my experience, you know, I went about it maybe in a less conventional manner. You know, I kind of just white-knuckled it and did it on my own. Do I recommend that? Hard to say. I mean, it worked for me, so it does work. However, it was a struggle, and I was really hard on myself, and it took me 3.5 years to fully get sober, walk away from alcohol completely. And it was quite the journey, that's for sure. So, you know, when people ask that, my initial thought is, I don't know. It depends. It depends on how bad you want it, right? So ask yourself, why do I want to quit? What is your reasoning? Is it affecting your health? Is it affecting your bank account? Is it affecting your relationships, your work? I mean, you could probably answer yes to most of those. You know, if the situation is dire, you know, you might be able to go cold turkey and just quit like that. I've seen it before. That wasn't my experience, but it is possible. But something to keep in mind when you're deciding, okay, I want to walk away from alcohol, or I want to cut back, you know, is set realistic expectations. All right, it's easy to kind of project outward, you know, a few months, a couple years where you're just completely sober and you're just hyper focused on living your best life, being sober, feeling good, and that's a good thought to have. But you want to reel it in a little bit and have real expectations that you're going to have setbacks, you're going to have relapses, you're going to have to face temptations and triggers. So set realistic expectations. And what does that look like? Well, again, that varies on the person. If you're, you know, a binge drinker on the weekends like I was, then maybe start with baby steps and not drink for a weekend and see how that goes. You know, or if you drink every day, try going 1 day without drinking. See how that goes. And then go 2 days, and then 3 days, and see how that goes. Gotta concentrate on baby steps before you can think about going weeks or months or years without alcohol. Because it doesn't just happen like that. When alcohol is such a big part of your life, and just cutting it out completely, there's a lot of things that go into it, right? You're gonna have issues sleeping, you're gonna be irritable, you're gonna have withdrawals. There's so much that goes into it. So set realistic expectations, okay? It's not gonna happen overnight. You didn't become the drinker you are today overnight. It happened gradually over time. You know, I drank quite a bit for the better half of 2 decades, and I considered myself good at drinking. But that doesn't happen overnight. You know, the first time I drank, I I don't know, got drunk off of maybe 2.5 beers. And then over the course of, 15, 20 years, could put down 12, 15 drinks. And, I'd be hammered, but I'd still be functional. That doesn't just happen overnight. So to expect yourself just to quit like that, you're really setting yourself up for failure, really doing yourself a disservice. So keep that in mind. Start small and work your way up. Gain momentum, and the more time that you accumulate without alcohol, it does get easier. You might get to a point a few weeks in where you're like, wow, I don't miss alcohol, I don't miss feeling like shit, I don't have any temptations. That might be a few months. It might take a couple years. So be patient with yourself, be kind with yourself. And again, can't emphasize this enough, is just set realistic expectations, okay? I would also recommend, highlight your progress along your journey. I failed to do this. I was just in a completely different headspace than I am now. And I wasn't aware of what I was doing to myself mentally. Yes, the alcohol was draining me. I wasn't myself, and it was getting to the point where I could notice a difference in my overall demeanor, my mindset. It was really just based in negativity. And I would go spurts without alcohol, and I never really celebrated, oh, I went a few weeks without alcohol, good job. And I was very careful not to, because you always, in times of celebration, I would always drink, right? If I did well at work, or something went well, if, whatever the case may be, you just automatically think to go to alcohol. So I think subconsciously I was a little nervous about celebrating how long I went without alcohol, because then my mind would just go to well, let's have a drink to celebrate, and then I'd be right back where I was a few weeks prior. So find a balance, but celebrate the little wins. If you make it through a weekend without drinking, notice how you feel mentally, how you feel physically. Are you more confident? So highlight the progress that you're making, okay? And I would encourage you, it's easy to kind of get trapped in your mind when you're thinking about, man, how long is it going to take to get sober? And that kind of keeps you paralyzed, kind of like a over-analysis paralysis. And then it'll keep you from actually trying. So if you can, just start. Just try. Just try one day. Start today, see how that goes, reassess, and then do it again tomorrow. Because you don't know what it's going to be like unless you try, right? You can conjure up all these stories in your head, all this fear. What if this happens? What if this happens? What if I'm boring? What if I lose friends? What if I don't know what to do with my spare time? Cross those bridges when they come, okay? You can survive 1 day, 2 days, 3 days without alcohol. If you've never done it, try it. If you've never went a weekend without alcohol, try it. It's the least you can do. Give yourself the opportunity to show what you're really capable of. Worth a shot. Think about it. Well, that's all I got for you today. So I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, let me know in the comments. Let me know how long you've been sober, whether it's a few days, a few weeks, a few months. That's all great. It's progress. If you have any questions, I'll leave a link in the description. I am an addiction and sobriety coach. I help people just like you get sober and start living their best life. So let me know what you guys think. Take care. I'll see you on the next one.